The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. Good morning, everyone, from the offices of Duke & Duke, 100 South Broad Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, zip code 19147. And what we're going to do this morning, folks, is take a look at the German DAX. You can see a beautiful three-drive pattern forming in here. The one caveat is when three-drive patterns fail, and when three-drive patterns fail, they go down a long, long way. So make sure you use stops. Remember the acronym for fear: false evidence appearing real. 95% of all of our fears are never realized. So let's pay attention to that. If we look at the, let's take a quick look here at the FTSE here, because it's also, but it's not making a three-drive pattern, folks. It looks like it's going lower down to around that 71.25 level, possibly. That's the 78% level. Below that would be quite nasty, in my opinion. We've had a special request today to take a look at the long-term chart, short-term chart, and intermediate chart of the natural gas contract. And we'll put this up this morning because we're in the midst of a hurricane over there, Hurricane Michael coming in. You'll notice this is the long-term weekly cycle in natural gas. At one time, we got up to 640. We got all the way down to $1.63. Many years ago, back in 2016. As you can see now, we're on this little downtrend line that we have. We hit a 61% retracement back in February of this year. And if you'll remember, at that time, our good friend Mr. Z was yelling and screaming to take a look at the natural gas. And of course, it's had one heck of a move, and it's really strong today so far, right in the midst of this hurricane. So we'll watch, take a look at it on the shorter term basis. Now, what we want to do is we're going to go down to the hourly chart, and you're going to see the nice swings that it has. This trades $100 a point, folks. So when it goes from 334 to 335, that's $100. And if you remember, Mr. Z, our good friend, also in the Tiger Room, talked about this not too long ago. It was about 3.5 weeks ago, and this is the one chart that I really think gives the best indication of what's going on, and that is the daily chart here for natural gas. This has so much going on for it, folks, it's almost impossible to believe. Let's just take a quick look at this. This is going back to February. You'll notice where it says the key support for natural gas, that's when Mr. Z became very, very bullish. If you remember, in the middle of September, when it was trading at 275, he came on to the show and asked about it and showed what he was doing and where he was buying it. And boy, it's had one heck of a run. But let's look where we are now. If we look at this market, you'll see a large ABCD pattern from April to July, and then all the way up to the 61.618 expansion at 336. That's also the 78% level from the high in February. Plus, in addition to that, it has another ABCD pattern all during the month of February. Folks, we have four numbers coming together here in natural gas at 336. And it's right in the midst of a hurricane. So this should be screaming. We'll see. But anyway, that's what we're watching here in natural gas. To me, this is should be very, very significant, I would think, from a technical standpoint. We'll follow it again tomorrow, just to pay close attention to it. Now, we do have a crop report that is due tomorrow. In the grains, I'm hoping to have Rich Anderson and either he or Simonley or possibly both after that. So we'll cover a little bit of these things later this morning. But I wanted to go over a couple of things. One of them is an absolute mystery to me, folks. Let me just get this up here. David Ackman, one of the smartest guys on the street, has put a $900 million, that's million dollar bet on Starbucks. I don't know where he bought it, but had to be in the last few days because he had to report it. But why wasn't he buying it down at the ABCD down there at 47? Let's say he paid 50 for it, or 55. Well, he wouldn't paid 50 because that would have been too late. So he's got to, I would say probably around 55 is where he's in this. But he's thinking that he really believes that Starbucks is going to 155, triple in price. Well, it's got to get through 60 first, because that's a 135 pattern, just spot on. And when we hit that 59.80 level, if it gets above that, then I think all boats will sail. But boy, that one I just don't understand. That's just that one just flat out surprises me. I don't understand that one at all. But that's neither here nor there. There's also a sad note, and that is that we noticed this morning that they are making preparations for Sears to go bankrupt. It'll soon be followed by J.C. Penney's. This goes back to my childhood, folks. It was Montgomery Ward, Sears, and J.C. Penney's in Terre Haute, Indiana. Those were our big stores. And Montgomery Ward was the first one to bite the dust because they wouldn't do any expansion into the urban areas, or rural areas. They wanted to stay in the downtown areas that were getting dilapidated, and that's what caused them. And they had a general from the Second World War, Sewell Avery, was their CEO, and he didn't do a very good job from what they said. That's what it called, Old Monkey Ward. You're right, Tucker. That's exactly what we used to call it. Anyway, okay, let's move on to a couple other things. One of the stocks that we follow here every day, of course, is Apple. And I just wanted to show you this again because I've had several people give me some really good feedback on this. But look at this opening price here in Apple, folks. That's the first 30 minutes of the day. If you're below it, you sell it. If you're above it, you buy it. Yesterday, look at this. The thing was trading at 223, had a 3-point move, folks. And look at the beautiful ABCD pattern that finished right there. Just absolutely spot on. That usually means that Apple's going to be selling off today because you have a perfect ABCD, and it's right at a 50% retracement from the high on October 3rd. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, now they call it Amazon. Well, Amazon is a little different animal. I don't know. Well, they run everything. They're putting everybody out of business, I guess. But who knows? I don't know too much about it. All I know is it's pretty hard to beat this. Oh my gosh, Gator! Now someone just shared some personal information that used to work for James Cash Penney. His middle name was Cash, and that's it. The other thing that that I remember from back in graduate school from Sears Roebuck, I believe that Roebuck was a black accountant, as I recall. Would somebody check that to see if that's right? Boy, that's memory bank. The gray matter's got a lot of funny spaces in it these days. But as I recall on the Sears Roebuck, that Mr. Roebuck was a freed slave that did a pretty good job. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, let's talk about the euro. We talked about this yesterday, the importance of that low we had down there. We're trading at 115.20 right now. We're up 1 point from that level. That is really important, folks. If we go below that 114 now, that is going to be a very, very negative scenario. But right now, it's holding relatively well. So just keep an eye on it. It's a very, very important number, much the same as 112 was 5 or 6 weeks ago. That's pretty much what we want to be looking at. So it's very important. Anyway, we did find out during the break that Alva Curtis Roebuck was indeed one of the founders of Sears Roebuck, and he was a black man. As I recall, he was a freed slave. I remember that from the old days of Indiana, and being from southern Indiana, that stuff came up all the time. One of the things that I remember from graduate school is that occasionally we would get a request to research a stock, and we had a lady in Terre Haute, Indiana, who had 5 shares of the original issue of Ford Motor Company, and I believe it was 1906 or something like that. I don't even remember, and this was 60 years later. She had 5 shares, and they were $5 a piece. So 5 times 5 is $25. Anybody want to guess how much that $25 was? Take a guess, boys and girls. I know Ford's in the sewer right now, trading under $10, but at one time it was a pretty hefty stock. 110,000 large. That's how much that $25 was. So sometimes when you buy these things, they go up. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's move on here to another market that we want to look at, and that is the British pound. We've had this thing come out with they're going to fix old Brexit. All the problems are going to be done. We've had some nice patterns. You noticed last night we did get up to the 131.90 level. We're trading around 131.60. That's right at the 61% retracement. You'll notice that we had a beautiful sell signal up there at 133. We did that one for the 24/7 group. Came right down and stopped exactly at the objective there. Beautiful ABCD pattern. And what's interesting, folks, look at that at that line that I drew in, just to show you how these patterns move against these channels and stuff. You'll see the same thing back between June and July. Look how nicely the 3 drive to a bottom pattern lined up, one bottom to the other. You know, if this were really crazy and chaotic, that would not happen. So that's pretty it. If we should get above 133 in the British pound, that would be a game changer. But until that happens, I believe we're still heading lower. We have lower tops. We have higher bottoms, so we're certainly in a really tight triangle. And where we come out of this triangle will determine probably where we're going to be going during that period. Now, I've also had a request to take a look at a lot of requests this morning, no call-ins, but lots of requests. Here is this is an incredibly interesting chart, folks. I don't care whether you trade cryptocurrencies or blockchains or whatever, but let's look at this stock. This is Bitstamp, which is the Bitcoin, one of the Bitcoin things that they use for whatever exchange it happens to be. Hold on one second. Look at this movement, folks, during September and October over this past month. I mean, we've had the narrowest ranges, the total loss of interest in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I mean, this is just, you don't hear about it on the news or anymore or anything. We have always said, ever since this thing made 20,000 way back in December when it was first being, you know, put on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And by the way, the open interest has hardly moved from the first month. It still only has about 2,700 open contracts, which is, in any stretch of the imagination, a failure of that contract. But it might come back. You never know. Heck, when the S&P first started trading, for the first year, all during 1982, it had virtually no open interest. There'd be 4 or 5 people in the pit. Nobody. It didn't start until 1983 when it started to get some interest. When they first came out trading the S&P in April of 1982, it was April 16th, as I recall. I believe cash S&P was at 103. When it was 20% higher, about 120 and change, about a year or so later, because the bottom in the market came in on August the 9th of 1982, and then it started to go up, and then the boys got into the pit, and at one time it was belly to brisket. You couldn't fall down in that pit. That's how crowded it was, and dangerous too. But anyway, this long-term pattern in the cryptocurrency Bitcoin comes in right around $4,000 a share, and if we get there, we want to keep a look at it. Remember, we still have an outstanding target on Tesla at 225. We want to watch that, and we have an outstanding target on Facebook around 145. So those are the ones that we're looking now. I understand from the news coming from Canada that they are going to start using not medicinal marijuana, but what do they call recreational marijuana will be available. That means stocks like TLY that we've been watching is really very interesting. Remember when that stock got to $300.08, $308 a share a couple months ago in Tilray, I guess that's what it's called. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, I think it's Tilray. It was trading at 1,000 times expected earnings, not profits, but expected earnings. So who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on some of these things here this morning. I wanted to mention when we get back from this next break, I want to spend some time talking about this crop report that's coming up, because that's usually a pretty important thing, at least when you look at it from a regular news thing. But I wanted to get I'm slurring my words here. Hold on, just give me a second. I want to put up the cotton chart. Don't trade it. Have no interest in trading it, but a lot of people do. I want you to see that we made that 61% retracement there last week. We've now had a small move up of about 4 or 5 cents in cotton. Folks, this Hurricane Michael that's coming through the Panhandle in northern Florida, going through Georgia and Alabama, that's going in parts of Mississippi. That rain and all that stuff is really is indicative of really problems for the cotton crop. So if this cotton can't get moving with a hurricane, it's got big problems. Anything below $74 74 cents a pound would really be, really be a negative thing. So keep an eye on it, because when these things put two stocks. Okay, Gator, you put marijuana stocks in your IRA. Well, if it works, good. If not, put a stop in. There's nothing wrong with that. If they're willing to have it listed, buy it or sell it. Doesn't make any difference. My goodness, they traded eggs at one time. They used to trade potatoes too, and then a man named Slim Plot blew that contract up. All right, let's move on to keep an eye on. The reason why I'm bringing this up in the cotton, folks, is because we're having a hurricane coming, and we're not seeing any movement in the gasoline or natural gas contracts. That's what's really. Hold on one second here. Got lots of questions coming in this morning. Wow. Well, let's forget Mr. Gator told us that they've doubled since he bought them. Well, God bless you, Gator.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and one of our friends here at TFNN was kind enough to remind us about the sugar. You'll notice that we've gotten up to 13 cents a pound. That is not updated this morning, of course, but we bought that down there at the double bottom ABCD. Unfortunately, I got out of it at the when it went up at $1,400, but that's neither here nor there. Sometimes that happens. That's not nearly as good as the one that we were watching earlier that we talked about that I never trade, and that is the coffee market. Because if you take a look at this coffee chart on a long-term basis here, going back over the last couple of years, we had that beautiful ABCD pattern. You can see the dark blue triangles there at the end when it was trading at 95. We're now trading at 11.14 this morning, or $114 a pound, and that's one heck of a run here in coffee, and it's just getting started. It looks like we'll have to wait and see if there's any pullback in that. But we have a grain report tomorrow, folks. It's a pretty big one. It'll be pretty close to what won't be the final because they're still doing. No, I believe it's a pound, Bill. I'm not even sure. I haven't traded coffee in 40 years. So the guy that would know that would be Mr. Z. He trades it all the time, and I know a few of the other folks here at TFNN do. But I did it for the 24/7 service because it was a very low risk. I know it's $3. I believe it's a pound. I'm almost sure that it's a pound. But, hey, I'm only about 20% sure. So I will find that out for you. I will get that answer. I know Mr. Z's not here today, so he could tell us right away. Anybody that trades coffee that wants to tune in would be great. But I know it's $3.75 a point, and I believe that's per pound. So we'll see what happened. Anyway, there's a couple others that looked really interesting, but that coffee has had that's more than a $4,000 move in 9 trading days, folks. So you don't get those very often. So we're best take a couple bucks off. Now we've got a big report coming up here. Let's start off with the soybeans. I'm not gonna. I'll just show you the patterns of what we're watching here. That's really what I'm going to be doing. This is because I believe we've made a major bottom here in beans at that 813 level. You'll notice we had an ABCD pattern there. We had a pretty good rally. We didn't quite make the 61% retracement on this last rally. That came in at 878. We missed it by a little bit. We're trading at 858 right now. So that means it's not finished. But I wouldn't touch these things until Friday, because we have the report tomorrow, and if you buy really low into report tomorrow that may have started this uptrend, I think that would be okay. But the one that we've been watching really closely, that we were heavily involved in, of course, was the soybean oil. That had a absolutely beautiful pattern. The same time that the same time that the beans were making 813. In the November beans, December oil was making 27.12. We had an order to buy it at 27.15. We got out of it at 29.15. That was a 2-cent move, 2 cents per pound move, which is $1,200. We're trading pretty much right where we got in it. What we'd like to be doing is, if we get this report tomorrow, I'll have an order sitting in there to buy it at 28.25. That'll be a 61% pullback. Whether that'll work or not, I don't know, because all these patterns are all related to probabilities. None of them are related to certainties, that's for sure. Now, okay, after the soybean oil, we looked at the soybeans. Let's take a look at the, it is cents per pound. Thank you, Gator. That's what I thought it was. And let's move up here and let's look here at the Christmas wheat. This is one that's not affected by the tariffs so much. And believe me, you're not going to get 1.5 million Chinese to stop eating. I can promise you that. But you'll notice here that we might have a triple bottom here at the 78% level at 495. That's 15 cents from where we are right now. You'll notice in the wheat that also measures down with an ABCD butterfly pattern. And into that report, it's going to be very, very interesting to see if that is going to be something that is really important to look at. Okay, now the next one, and of course, the big one, the largest crop that we have here in the United States of America, and also the biggest crop in the world. You know what? I think rice might be bigger than corn, because there are more Chinese and Orientals than there are Caucasians. Hold on here just a second. You'll notice here that we had a 3 drive to a bottom down there at the 342. Folks, we missed getting filled in that by 1 penny. And it took off like a ruptured duck, and you never got a chance to buy it again. This might be a chance here if you get this pullback into this report that comes in tomorrow. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. But sometimes you miss them. That's all. Nothing you can do about that. It's either some days it's chicken soup, and some days it's chicken something or other. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's move on and talk a little bit. Another one that's been pretty good to us, and that has been the cattle market. Mr. Z asked us to take a look at this, which I'm going to. Here's the Dees cattle. We had several beautiful trades through here. We went short this at 119.40. We're trading at 117.40. So that's a 2-cent lead in cattle. That's $900. You put your stop at break even and cross your fingers. That's really what you have to do. So we'll watch what's going on. I don't know anything about these cannabis stocks, folks. I'm sorry. If you have a question, I'll put one up after the break, but I really don't know anything about it. I'm just, I just don't trade stocks. I mean, the foreign exchange markets and the futures keep you so busy that you don't really need to do that. So, that's neither here nor there. So we'll see. Hope that helps. I don't know. I guess I could possibly, really, it's sugar cane, corn, and rice in that order? Thank you, Marshall. Boy, you must have Google on speed dial. I didn't know that sugar cane was the largest crop in the world. Are you sure of that, Marshall? Double check that, buddy. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Wow, I'm going to start trading sugar more often. I didn't know that. Wow, sugar is the #1. That doesn't make any sense because corn and rice are much better for you. But wow, this is really well. I know that sugar is really big in the United States because Simonley has one farmer down in Louisiana that has a farm that's 250,000 acres. Can you imagine a farm that big, 250,000 acres? That's the same size as the Hearst Corporation when they bought the Spanish land grant, where the Hearst Castle is in Northern California, up by San Luis Obispo. That was 250,000 acres. I think he paid $1 an acre for it, which probably was a high price back then. Wow. Sugar cane from Brazil, followed by corn in the U.S. Wow. Boy, you guys are really a good source of information. Thank you so much. Anyway, okay. That's, hey, look, I've been doing this since, 1959, and I didn't know that. Well, if you write what I know, what I don't know, you can write into the ocean and would never even touch the pebbles of the ocean. So who knows? I know so very little about some of these things. Let's move on to a couple other things. Oh, we got a break. I'm saved by the bell. 877-927-6640. We'll cover stocks next, boys and girls.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find market insights under trading newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, brought to you by Nadex. Next on TFNN.
Okay, folks, we're back, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the S&P. You'll notice that we went down and touched that 3 drive to a bottom pattern at the 2868. There should be a little bit of support around that area, I would believe, but again, I'm not 100% sure, so use a stop if you're going to be trading it, that's for sure. We did get down to the 2868. That's within 1 point of that old bottom, so we'll see what's going on. Now, the Dow is still leading the pack, so that's good. But remember, folks, longer term, we're looking at some of the most negative things that you can possibly imagine here. And the main, I'm going to keep bringing this to your attention because it really does mean something. This is from our good friend Tom McClellan of McClellan's Financial Publications. And you'll notice the divergence that we've had. That red line, you see that red line? That's showing that the advanced decline line is turning down as stocks go up. And you see DJIA, that's only 30 stocks, folks. That's not like the New York Stock Exchange Index of 2,200 stocks or the S&P 500 stocks or the NASDAQ, well, 100 stocks, but only 20 of them count. But that just tells you that there's really some really strong divergences that are happening there. And if you look at the if you pay attention to that advanced decline line, because it tells you really the what we call the distribution in the market. And I think we're going to have a huge break in stocks, but if it happens, I'm not sure when or even if it's going to, but, pay sort of attention to it. That's really the bottom line, nothing more, nothing less. Let's take a quick look. Steve Rhodes was kind enough to alert us that the VIX is starting to move higher. We're going to take a look here at the long-term weekly chart in the VIX. I bought this at 983, and my comment was we're going to keep this as a pet, and we've been in it for several months. It's now almost not quite doubled in price, but what we're going to be looking for, the target on this is at 87. I think we're going to go match what we did back in 2008. We should get to 49. That's the big move that we had. That was in January when we had some type of end of January, I believe we had that big spike. It was very, very quick, didn't last very long. So, pay attention to it, but that's what we're watching. But anyway, the VIX has started to move, and believe me, we haven't had any volatility in stocks to speak of. So when we start to get it, I think you'll start to see some more really big swings. And the VIX trades nicely off the fib points and the pattern. So watch it, because it's a good thing, to keep an eye on. That's the main thing. Now let's get back to the euro. That's where the money is. I wanted to show you this because of the importance of this. We're trading at 115.23, I believe, right now, and as you can see here, a couple weeks ago, this is a weekly chart. we made the 382 retracement up there at 118.10. That was the big ABCD on the 4-hour chart. And now we came down. We missed the 78% level by 10 pips. It was supposed to come in at 114.10. The low was 114.26. We're now one handle higher than that. But we get below that 113 level, you're looking at 6 handles down, folks. And that's very similar to what we saw in Treasury bonds and Treasury notes and all of those things. So sort of keep a close eye on that. That could be something that would be very, very interesting, to watch what happens to it, because it's interesting. Now, I believe, and I still believe, that we're close to some type of a tradable bottom coming here in the notes and bonds. I'll put up the bonds here first because they're trading right around this 137.09 level. We got down to 136.18. The 1.618 expansion on that was 136.12, I believe. So if we watch that, that would be something that would be quite interesting to see if it can hold that level. And I've already did the Bitcoin one, and I already did the British pound. I already did Facebook. Oh, no, I didn't do Facebook. I want to get it up here because I still think that we've got a chance to make this 145 level in Facebook. Whether we get it or not remains to be seen, and we'll be able to see what is happening. Steve Rhodes, thank you so much for bringing that attention to us on the VIX index, because I think that's going to start getting some more play as we get more volatility, coming into these markets. And I don't think it has anything to do with these tariffs. These tariffs are basically a thing of the past. We've been in this stuff for two months, and the markets are going straight up into that. So that's something that you might want to keep in mind. So just watch it here. Looks like we're going to break that level here in the S&P down here at that 2867. Let's take a quick look and see let's go to an hourly chart and see where our next level would be. That's going to come in. Let's just give me 1 second to get this updated, folks. It takes me a second here, and then we'll see where we are. Move it over, hold, and well, yeah, I can see where we are. Here, hold on just a second here. Yeah, we're getting ready to break that. So most probably, here's what's important, folks. This is why this is an important spot. Let me get this up here so you can see it. You've got that 3 drive pattern, and when that let me just 1 second. Just give me a second. I want to blow this up so everybody can see it. Well, might not mean anything to you, but it means something to me. It shows the 2850 level. Let's just get this up here so that we can get here. There we go. Just give me a second. There we go. Trying to do 2 things at once. Okay, you'll notice that we just taking it out right now. The old low was at 66.5. So far we're 67 is the low. But if we get below that, I believe we're going to be heading down to that 2850. And that would also be a 3 drive pattern on a larger time frame. So there should be some strong support there at the 2851. Now, we haven't broken it as of yet, but if we do, that's what I would think would be heading down to that level. Whether that's going to be the case or not, remains to be seen. But that's what we're looking at as we see this morning. So keep an eye on that. We're also seeing some really bad news versus what the market should be doing in both the crude oil and also in the gasoline, folks. For hurricane stuff, they're really acting poorly. I mean, they're down on the day in the midst of a class 4 hurricane going through the panhandle. That's not a good sign. So that's telling you that possible top in crude oil that we mentioned to you on Monday up around that 77 level could have some very, very strong implications here, because it's not reacting to good news, and that is always something that you want to pay attention to. All I have to do now is to find the crude oil. Here we are, and you'll get up here and see this is a long-term weekly up here at that 77 level. We're trading at 74.34 this morning, so it's backed off about 2.5 handles from that level in the midst of a hurricane. That's another thing that you have to pay attention to, because when the news doesn't move a market in the direction, it's only got one other way to go, and that's the opposite direction. In this case, it would be down, i.e. lower prices. in crude oil and stuff. So that's neither here nor there, but we'll pay attention to it and see what happens. Oh my goodness, we're almost to the final break in here. Somebody have one more question, and that was about the silver. Silver went right down again to that 1430 level, held again. That's the fourth time. As long as we stay above 1430, silver looks higher. 877-927-6648.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, let's get back to the interest rate market for a little bit. Folks, this market topped. This is the Treasury notes. That's the largest contract that we have. This topped in 2012. We've actually, the Fed has been fooling around with their quantitative whatever they do for a long time. Rates have actually been going higher significantly since March of 2016. You'll notice the head and shoulders pattern with the 20-minute line there into last August. And we're due for a bounce, and I don't know how much it's going to be, and I'm not playing the bounce. I'm looking to see if it forms another ABCD to look for rates to go higher, i.e. lower bonds and lower notes. This is between the bonds and the notes, these are the more bearish charts that you have longer term. Remember, it was a 32-year bull market in lower interest rates starting in 1982 in the spring. Actually, it was August of 82, August 9th. And if you, I remember that very vividly. It's amazing I can remember that, but I only had one beer. Okay, let's move on here. Actually, I've never had a beer. Let's move on here and talk a little bit more about these interest rates. They are very, very oversold. We're 8 weeks down in both of those, so that's pretty good, a pretty good indication of what we want to be watching. We'll see if this is going to be the case. Now, Steve Rhodes has got some great information about the VIX and also the advanced decline line that I'm sure he'll share with you on his show. He does a tremendous job with research, so sort of pay attention to that. It's good. In fact, all the guys here at TFNN give a lot of information, and that's why it's, you know, such a great venue to learn a lot of different things. Our prayers and thoughts are with everybody through the Panhandle area, especially all of our friends down in Florida. And some of you know who you are, and some of you know who you are. So anyway, keep an eye on that. Say some prayers. Try to help somebody that needs more help than you, because we've been relatively blessed at you know, some of the things we have. So may God bless.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks!